Welcome to a Vinyasa flow practice dealing with anxiety. Settle into a comfortable seated position. And when you are ready, close your eyes. Feel the body as it is sitting here. And notice how you feel in this moment. Is there a part of the body that is asking for your attention? And if so, then guide your awareness to that part of the body. And then start to guide your breath into that part as well. Breathing some calmness and some space into that part of the body. And as you allow that to be there, to be a part of you, then feel how you are sitting here on this solid ground. Feel gravity pulling you down. And really start to connect with the earth. Taking a long inhalation. And on the exhale, feel the lower part of the body as it is grounding more into the earth. And again, on your next inhalation, guide the breath all the way down. And on the exhale again, really connect with the earth. And as you do so, bring the tailbone and the pubic bone a little bit more towards each other. And on the inhalation, see if you can keep that subtle contraction in the lower abdomen. Not creating any tension there, just activating that area. And as the area is still slightly contracted, make your next exhalation as long as you can. And at the end of it, maybe you can pull in that abdomen a little bit more and exhale more. And then again, feel the inhalation while this area is still slightly contracted. And as you do so, notice how you start to feel calmer and stronger, more focused. During this practice, we will try to keep this area contracted. It's called Mula Bandha. And it will make us feel that we are standing stronger, sitting stronger on the ground. Then open your eyes. As you inhale, lift the arms halfway up. Exhale, bring the right arm under the left, crossing the arms, eagle arms. Maybe the backs of the hands can touch, or maybe the palms, lifting up the elbows a little bit more, and soften the shoulders down. Now feel the skin stretching in the upper back, in between the shoulder blades, without doing too much. Still noting that subtle contraction in the lower abdomen. And breathe. On your next exhalation, slowly start to round the spine. Pull in the navel a little bit more. And notice how the stretch broadens. Feel the entire back. And on the inhalation, slowly rise. As you exhale, uncross the arms and firmly press the hands to the sides. Inhale, now cross the left arm under the right arm. Maybe the hands are far away or maybe they can meet. Lift the elbows a bit up and rooting the shoulders down towards the hips. Sometimes it helps to close your eyes and feel the stretch a little bit better. Still feeling that connection with the ground, the floor underneath you. On your next exhalation, round your spine, pull in the navel, and feel the stretch in your back. Feel the breath searching space in the body. And as you inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, press your hands to the sides. Inhale, twist to the right, left hand on the right thigh, and the right fingertips, press them into the floor behind you, and take the gaze over the right shoulder. Keeping the length in the spine. And on the exhale, feel the ground underneath you, which is supporting you. When you are ready to inhale, let's twist to the other sides. The right hand on the left thigh this time, and the left fingertips behind you. And reaching the crown of the head up as you inhale. And exhale, feel if you can twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, turn your chest back to the front. Press your hands in the mats. Coming on your hands and your knees. And inhale, extend the left leg behind you. Exhale, step that foot in between the hands. Inhale, frontal sweep of the arms. Exhale, rotate the shoulders back and interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, press the hands down, but start to lift up the chest. Take the gaze up. And as you exhale, slowly hinge forward and try to extend that front leg so you can stretch the back of this leg. Inhale, shift your weight back to the center and uncross the arms, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, plant your hands into the mat. Left knee meets the right, sitting bones towards the heels. Inhale, hover forward, your chest all the way to the front of the mat, cobra. Exhale, press up, downward dog. You can always choose to keep your knees on the mat. And look at your hands, step the right foot in between your hands, lowering the left knee down. Inhale, frontal sweep of the arms. Exhale, rotate the shoulders back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, press the knuckles down, open up the chest. Exhale, hinge forwards. And try to extend that right leg. Inhale, shift the weight back to center, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, plant your hands into the mat. Right knee meets the left, sitting bones towards the heels. Inhale, hover forwards, cobra. Exhale, press up, downward dog, or stay in tabletop. And make this downward dog as comfortable as you can. You can step the feet together or maybe hip distance apart or a little wider than that. Breathing in, pressing through the fingers, lengthening the spine. Exhale, look at your hands and step in between the hands. Inhale, lift halfway up and let's stay here for a moment with your hands underneath the hearts, pressing the palms firmly together, spreading the elbows to the sides. Feel the soles of the feet rooting down into the earth and the sitting bones pointing to the back, the crown of the head in front of you. If it's okay with your back, then extend your arms to the sides. Maybe you want to stay here, or maybe you want to reach forwards. Feel the breath. Deep in. And on the exhale, release, bending forward. Slowly come down and stay here. Just let your torso hang. Knees are slightly bent. And when you are ready, inhale and slowly come back up to a standing position, sweeping the arms up. And on the exhale, press the hands firmly down towards the belly, grounding yourself, standing strong. Let's do that 2 more times as you inhale, arms up. Exhale, push that energy down to the lower body. Inhale again, arms up. Exhale again, press down, feel the abdomen engaging. Inhale, arms up, Vinyasa. Exhale, bending forwards. In, lift the torso up to a diagonal. Exhale, step it back. Plank position. Stay for a moment in this plank. Make sure that the body really feels like a plank. The legs are strong. It feels like there's something heavy in between the shoulder blades. You can always lower the knees down in Vinyasa, so feel free to do that. Then with control, we are lowering the body down towards the mat. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, press back up, downward dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up behind you. Exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. Inhale, slowly come up, frontal sweep of the arms. As you exhale, rotate the shoulders back and find your fingers, interlock the fingers. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Exhale, start to hinge from your hips. Maybe halfway you want to stay, or maybe you want to dive a little bit deeper, but keep that back leg strong. On the strength of your inhalation, you slowly rise, release the grip of the hands, and sweep the arms forward up. Now turn in that back heel, so we make a transition to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, come back to center. Now lower that left elbow down on the left thigh and extending the right arm up. Follow the hand. Bring your chin to your armpits and from there look at your hand. Now take a look down, and when you inhale, you slowly come back up. And we're going to do another Vinyasa. Lower the hands down alongside the foot, step it back, plank, maybe the knees down, bending the arms close to the ribs. Inhale, roll over the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, now reaching that right leg up into the sky. Exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Inhale, come all the way up, arms up. Exhale, bring your arms behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift the chest up, extending the arms behind you. Exhale, from your center, hinge forwards. Moving your arms away from the spine. Maybe halfway you stay, or maybe diving deeper. When you inhale, you slowly rise and release the grip. Arms up, turning in the back heel, transition to warrior 2. Next inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, come back to center. Elbow on the knee and extending the left arm over your head. bringing the chin to the armpit, and from there, look at your hands. On the strength of the inhalation, rise. Exhale, Vinyasa, plant your hands firmly into the mat. Plank, bending the arms, lowering the plank down, on or off the mat, rolling over the toes. Downward facing dog. I'm going to stay here a little bit longer. Maybe you want to shake your head for a moment to release the muscles in the neck. If you feel too much of a strain in the back, you can bend your knees a little bit more, rooting down the heels, chin to the chest, breathing in, breathing out. Another in-breath. And as you exhale, look at your hands and step or jump in between your hands. In, lift halfway up. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale to rise, arms up. Exhale, press the hands down towards the belly, standing strong. Another of this dancing warrior sequence. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Vinyasa, full forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest halfway up. Exhale, step or jump it back, Vinyasa. Plank, lowering the plank down or off the mat. Upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift up the left leg, square your hips. Exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Inhale, slowly rise, arms up. Rotate the shoulders back. Interlock the fingers. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, hinging from your center. Look at the front foot or maybe the back foot. When you're ready to inhale, slowly rise. Release the grip. Exhale, warrior two, turn in that back heel. Inhale, reversing the warrior. Exhale, back to center. Maybe that left elbow on your thigh or maybe the left hand on the mat or on a block. Reaching the right arm over. Look at your hand and breathe. Exhale, look down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, Vinyasa, hands in the mat. Step it back, plank. With control, you lower the plank down. And on the inhale, roll forward. Legs strong. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Inhale, come up. Exhale, find your hands behind you. Interlace. Inhale, lifting up the chest, pushing the knuckles away. Exhale, hinging from your center. Diving down, or halfway you stay. Look at the back foot if possible. And on the inhalation, you rise. Release the grip, arms up. Exhale, turn in that back heel. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale to center. Exhale, right elbow on the thigh or the hand finds the mat or a block. Reaching the left arm over. Pressing that back foot into the mat. Inhale, rise. Take your time. Exhale, Vinyasa. In your own pace, in your own flow of breath. Maybe with the knees down, maybe not. Make this practice your own. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, press up to downward dog. Or maybe you want to keep the knees on the floor, on the mat. Or maybe you prefer child pose now. Take a moment to watch your breath. How do you feel? Do you still feel calm, or maybe you need to take a pause? Next inhalation, pressing the sitting bones a little bit more up, lengthening the spine. Exhale, feel that lower abdomen contracted. Look at your hands and step or jump in between your hands. In, lift up to a diagonal. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale to rise, arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down in front of the chest. Weight is in the right foot now. Step the left foot behind you. Now turn the toes to the side of the mat, and maybe you can walk your feet a little wider apart. Then turn in the toes, turn out the heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge from your center. Your hands are finding the mat underneath you. Next in-breath, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Elbows are pointing towards each other, and then walk your hands a little more back. Pressing the outer edges of the feet into the mat and lifting up the arches of the feet. While the abdomen is still contracted, see if you can relax the torso. And breathe. Engaging the inner thighs as you inhale. And on the exhale, relax a little bit more. Now look at your mats. When you're ready to inhale, walk your hands underneath your sternum, lifting the spine halfway up. Next inhale, reaching the right arm up. Exhale, lower it down. And change on the inhalation, left arm up, twist, exhale down. Inhale, right arm up. And now maybe the right hand can find that left leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand can maybe find that right leg and twist. Going to the other side, arm up. And another time to the right, arm up. Exhale, finding the left leg, reaching the left arm up. And come to center. Now walk your hands forward, step it back. Plank position, Vinyasa. Bend your arms. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then look at your hands on the in-breath, extending the left leg all the way up. Exhale, pull the navel in towards the belly, towards the chest. Then step that left foot in between the hands. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, we're going to step back, lifting up that back knee without touching the mat. Strong arms. Make fists out of the hands. Pull the arms to the sides. And step it back on the in-breath. Arms up. Do it with control. Exhale again. Pull that right knee up. Strong arms. Inhale, step it back. One more time. Exhale, pull in that knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant your hands into the mat. And extending that left leg up behind you again. On the inhalation, we're going to step this left foot halfway the mat, turning in the left heel. And now turn on the outer edge of the back foot and extending the left arm up in line with the right. Breathing in. Exhale, touch the mat with the left fingertips. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, touch the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, touch the mat. Step it back, plank, Vinyasa. Bending the arms. Inhale, roll over the toes, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Pressing up, downward dog. Inhale, reaching the right leg up. Exhale, pull that knee in towards the belly, into the chest. Step the foot in between your hands. Inhale to rise, arms up. Exhale, we're going to step forward again. Pulling that left knee, strong arms. Inhale in slow motion, step back, landing on your toes to ball up the foot. Exhale again, lift up that left knee. Inhale, step it back. And strong exhale, lift it up. Inhale, arms up, step it back. Landing your hands back on the mat. Extending the right leg up behind you. Exhale, step that right foot halfway the mat. Turn in that heel. And now extend the right arm up. Breathing in. Exhale, touch the mat with the right fingertips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, touch the mat. Inhale, up again. Exhale, touch and stay Vinyasa. Step it back. You can always skip Vinyasas. Bending the arms. Inhale, opening up the front body. Exhale, downward dog, child pose, or tabletop. Whatever you prefer. And notice if this downward dog is feeling light for you or maybe heavy. Try to make it that comfortable that you can have a moment here to relax. Now look at your hands. Step the left foot close to the left hand. Turn in the right heel. Inhale, coming all the way up. Extending that front leg, preparing for triangle pose. On the in-breath, coming back like a peaceful warrior, but now doing this in triangle pose. Yeah, nice. Breathe into the left side of the torso. Exhale, come back to center. And now let's reach forward. And lowering that left hand down wherever it wants to land to keep that spine straight. So maybe you need to put that left hand a little bit higher up the leg or maybe support it with a block. Extending that right arm in line with the left. And now reach that right arm overhead, so reaching it forward. And if it's more comfortable for the neck, you just look down. Lowering that right hand down, finding the mat. And let's retreat the warrior, so shift your weight back. Lowering the hips down. Feel the stretch on the inside of the left leg. And maybe you want to keep your hands where they are, or maybe you want to put them in front of the chest, flexing that left foot. Or maybe reaching the left arm forward and the right arm overhead. Yogi's choice. And lower the hands down and with control, walking forward. Vinyasa, step back into your plank. Still with control, you're lowering the plank down. Inhale, opening up the chest. Exhale, downward dog. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, spreading the fingers super wide and press through your fingers. Breathing in to the ribs. Exhale, look at your hands. Step or jump in between the hands. In lifting halfway up. Exhale, full forward fold. Knees slightly bend and on the inhalation rise, arms up. Exhale, press the hands in front of the heart. Weight is in the right foot now. And step that left foot a leg length away. Turn in the heel. Preparing for triangle pose. Extending the right leg, lifting the arms halfway up. Exhale, reverse the triangle. And stay for a cycle of breath, breathing into the right side of the torso. In, come back to center, reaching forward and then down. Let your hand land on your leg, on the inside of the foot. Maybe lifting up the floor by supporting your hand with a block or a book. Now reach that left arm over. Pressing the outer edge of the foot into the mats. And lower the hand down, shifting the weight to the back foot for a retreated warrior. Maybe the hips are high up in the air, or maybe they are more towards the floor. Flex the right foot. Fingertips can stay on the mat or press the hands in front of the chest. Reaching the right arm forward is an option too. And bending the left arm overhead. And breathe, stay focused. Exhale, let's go to a Vinyasa. Slowly walk your hands to the front of the mat. Step it back, plank position. The legs are still very strong, like you're carrying something in between the thighs. Bending the arms. Inhale, roll over the toes. Exhale, press up. Downward dog. And on the in-breath, you lengthen the spine a little bit more. And on the exhale, feel your belly moving towards your thighs. And it feels like you can easily lift up the wrists away from the floor. And look at your hands, stepping the left foot in between your hands. Now lift the torso halfway up so you can plant your hands underneath your heart in Namaste. We're going to shift our weight forwards, lifting up that back leg. Take your time. Find your balance. Via the crown of the head, you rise, bending that right leg, preparing for dancer pose. With the right hand, grab the inside of the left foot. Inhale, reaching the left arm up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, reaching forward with the left hand and kicking that right foot into the hand. Breathing in and slowly out. Now release the foot and slowly hinging forward. Extending the right leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, step that right foot next to the left. In, lift halfway up. Exhale, full forward folds. Maybe with the peace fingers you can grab the big toes, or maybe you want to grab the ankles or the shins. Next inhalation, lift the spine halfway up. Exhale, fold. Elbows are pointing to the sides. And the knees can be bent a little or maybe a lot. Allow your head to be heavy. And take a look at your toes. Inhale, you slowly rise. Sweeping the arms sideways up. Exhale, lower the hands down in front of the chest, shifting the weight to the right foot, and let's bend that left leg. With the left hand, you're going to grab that foot from the inside. Finding the balance, and if you have it, you reach the right arm up. Exhale, hinging forward, reaching forward, kicking that left foot into the hand. And feel the ankle working really hard to keep the balance. Okay, let go of the foot. Put your hands back in front of the heart in Namaste and slowly step that left foot back. Last Vinyasa of this practice, lowering the hands down, plank, lowering the plank down. Inhale, Cobra or Upper Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Deep in-breath, long exhale. Another deep inhale, and long exhale. One more time. Make the inhale a little bit longer, touching the lower abdomen. Exhale, look at your hands, lowering the knees down, cross your ankles and sit behind your ankles. Now extend that left leg in front of you, bending the right leg and let that right knee point up to the sky. If you feel you are rounding the back, maybe you want to bend that left leg. Make sure you're more on the front edges of the sitting bones. You can, of course, use a blanket. When ready, reach the arms up as you inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, hinging forward. Grab your leg somewhere. Maybe the shin, the ankle of the foot, or the foot. Press that right knee towards your shoulder. And on the in-breath, see if you can lengthen the spine halfway up. Look at the left foot. And exhale, lengthen forward. And you can hang out here, that's totally fine, but maybe some people want to bind. Then you hug that right leg with the right arm. Reaching the left arm behind you, maybe your hands can find each other. Keep looking at the left foot so you know that's the direction you want to go. It's not about rounding the spine. It's about lengthening the spine. If you have a bind, then release. And on the inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, press your hands in front of you in Namaste. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Hooking that left elbow behind the right leg. Release the shoulders. Keep pressing your hands firmly together. And looking behind you or to the side if that's better for the neck. Breathing in. Right sitting bone is on the mat. Exhale, twisting back. Extending the right leg. And plant your hands behind you. Inhale, push the hips up. Soles of the feet are in the direction of the mat. Take the gaze up. If it's okay to drop the head back, then you do that. Deep inhale. Exhale, release the sitting bones down. Now bending the left leg, extending the right. Make sure you're not hinging back, so maybe removing the skin from underneath the sitting bones. Inhale, arms up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinging forward, grabbing the shin, the ankle, or the foot. Inhale, lift the torso halfway up. Exhale, lengthen forward. Pull that left knee into the left shoulder. You can stay where you are, or maybe if you want to take a bind, then sweep the left arm behind you, hugging that left leg. Maybe interlace the fingers behind you. Keep looking at that right foot, flex the foot, keep the leg active, even though that leg is bent. And breathe. In and out. In and out. Slowly release the bind if you have a bind, and on the in-breath, bring the spine in a vertical position, planting the hands in front of the chest, breathing in. And on the exhale, we're going to twist. The right elbow is hooking behind the right thigh, looking over the shoulder if that's available for you. Pressing the hands firmly together. Feel the breath in this twist. In and out. In, twist forwards. Extending the left leg. Press your hands behind you. Inhale, lift up the chest. Point your toes. And now walk the hands closer towards each other so you can really open up the chest and stretching the muscles in the chest. Taking the gaze up. Breathing in. And maybe if you have space, you can walk the hands even closer together. But only if that's available for you. And relax. Chin back to the chest. Walk your hands back. Bending the knees. And roll yourself down. Or grab a block or a book. Take that with you when you roll yourself down. Now lift up your hips and put that block or that book underneath the sacrum. And then rest your sacrum on it. So not the vertebrae, but really the sacrum. Now pull in that left knee and grab your thigh or your shin. Make sure that the block is still feeling okay where it is right now. Feel if you can extend that right leg. So press the heel away if that's okay. And if that's not okay for your sacrum, then lower the left foot back down. And I'll bounce that right foot a little bit up and down. And a little bit to the left and the right. Just tiny movements. Keep that center, that weight in the lower body. Making circles, really small circles. And also circle the other way around. And release. Step that right foot on the mat. And extending the left leg. Lower it down on the mat. And then pulling the right bended leg. Grabbing the thigh or the shin. Always make sure that the block is feeling okay. You can easily remove it. You do not have to use it. And then lift up that left leg just a little bit away from the floor. And start to bounce that leg. Flex your foot and move it tiny bits up and down. And then a little bit to the left and the right. And make circles, just tiny circles. And feel the core being engaged. The legs active. Rotate to the other side as well, of course. And release. Left sole of the foot on the mat. And then the right foot as well. And maybe you want to hang out here, but if the back is okay, maybe you can stretch out your legs, but careful with the lower back. And now is the time to release. Surrender into the block. We can have very stiff tissue, connective tissue here on the sacrum. And this is how we stimulate those tissues. Now relax your arms to the side if they're not there yet, and then walk your feet closer to the block. And one more time, lifting up the feet from the floor. So now we're going to massage this area a little bit by swaying the legs just gently from side to side, or maybe you feel like making little circles. Maybe you want to stay at some spot for a moment if you feel that is needed. If there's maybe a knot or it feels a little more sensitive. And then release your feet on the mat and just a tiny bit lift up the hips so you can remove that block from underneath you. And take a moment here to feel how this area is feeling now. We're gonna practice halasana and sarvangasana, plow, and if you're having your period or any other reason that you do not want to do this pose, then you just extend your legs up like this. Just extend the legs up, and you can stay here. You can also put the block back underneath the sacrum and keep the legs up in the air like that. But if you're okay to practice plow, you lower the feet back down and roll the shoulder blades a little bit underneath the torso, the upper back. Make sure that there's no weight on your neck, not in any time. So if we do this pose and you start to feel the neck is touching the floor, then adjust your pose or come out of it. Now pulling those knees towards your chest and slowly sway your legs overhead. And maybe the toes can find the mat. You can tuck under the toes. Maybe you want to support your back. That's totally fine. You can support your back with your hands. Or maybe for you it feels nice to interlace the fingers behind you so the pinky fingers can touch the mat. Is the neck still okay? Extend your legs. Now start to support your lower back. And from here, we're going to lift up the legs into the air. And as you do so, you can walk your hands more towards the shoulders. Feel the chest moving towards the chin. Pressing the back of the head into the mats. Pressing the balls of the feet up. Very nice. And breathe. When dealing with anxiety, this is such a nice pose to do. In slow motion, we're going to come out of this pose, vertebrae by vertebrae. You're going to roll your spine down. Take your time. We're not in a hurry. We're not going anywhere. And when the entire spine is on the mat, roll the sacrum down, bend your legs, find the floor with your feet. And after compressing the thyroid like we did in these poses, we want to open that area too. So lift up the buttocks so you can plant your hands underneath where we're going to stay lying down. So this is available for everybody, but put your hands underneath the buttocks. We're going to go to fish pose, but we're not going to move our heads away from the mat. So you're going to press the elbows into your mats and lifting up the chest, but the head stays on the mat. If your head is not supported by the floor, then come out of the pose. This is the most safe way to do this pose without injuring the neck. If this pose is not feeling okay for you, then roll yourself down and otherwise breathe into the lungs, the top of the lungs. Pointing the balls of the feet. Another deep in-breath, pointing the toes. Yeah, nice. Exhale, slowly come out of this pose and do that with the same gentleness as you came out of the Sarvangasana. And pulling your knees. Hug your knees, lift up the shoulders, nose to the knees to the nose. Breathing in, make yourself really small. And exhale, roll down your feet back on the mats and then walk your feet to the side edges of the mat. Shoulders are heavy, deep in-breath into the lower back. As you exhale, just drop your knees to the side. The feet are going to stay where they are. And let your now find the soles of the feet. So you're going to walk your feet closer in. And release the legs. Relax the inner thighs. Belly is soft. Don't need that engagement anymore. Then bring the knees back together. Walk the feet back to the side edges of the mats and breathing into the lower abdomen. Now on the exhale, dropping both knees to the right, turning your head to the left. If you want a little bit more out of this twist, then you can step that right foot on the left thigh, but only if that's not too sensitive for the sacrum. Make sure you're not feeling the inner knee on the left side. It's always a reason to soften the pose. And release on the in-breath, lifting up the knees, turning the head back to neutral. And exhale, now drop your knees to the left, turning your head to the right. And you can step the left foot on the right thigh, if that works for you. Feel where the breath is going. Release again. lifting up the knees. And let's make a transition to Shavasana by stretching out the legs. If the lower back is uncomfortable, support your thighs. Feel if the arms are okay like this, or maybe you want to spread them wider, or maybe bring them closer into the body. And then when you are ready, close your eyes. And then feel your body being supported by the earth and becoming heavier and heavier. When feeling anxious or insecure, try to always make that connection again with the earth. Feeling that ground underneath you again. And slowly return back to this place. Feel the next in-breath and your belly rounding. And on your exhale, very consciously feel your body again as it is resting here on the mats. And pulling your knees and sway them a little bit from side to side. And then turn on the right side of the body and stay there for another moment. Feel the body being totally relaxed. The breath being calm. And the mind at ease. When ready, help yourself up to seated. Have another moment there and close your eyes. And notice how you are sitting here now. Feeling strong and calm at the same time. When you feel grounded, you will be more focused and you will have more strength. And your mind will be more clear. If you are grounded and feeling strong, you can deal with every situation and be at home wherever you are. Take another deep in breath. And at the end of your exhalation, open your eyes. Inhale, sweeping the arms sideways up until the palms touch. Exhale, touch your forehead, your heart, your belly. Namaste.